champion of Season 4. What a dominant effort for Christopher Dean. Side by side, coming to the line, Alex Cummings steals it.
Going to score his third win in 4 races. Road America to Dylan Parker. There's a photo of J.W. Miller with his father on the front straightaway at the Brickyard. Now he's actually going to go to victory lane at the Brickyard. J.W. Miller wins.
All right, here we go. After some issues tonight, we are at Port Royal Speedway, Port Royal, Pennsylvania, as we get ready for round number 4 of this Great Lakes Sim Racing Black Horizon Truck Series season. I do apologize for the inconvenience with what has happened this evening. I found out there was something on iRacing apparently has happened where you had to switch a set, in the streaming and stuff. And apparently I had never made that change and never knew about it, and it caused me not to be able to download stuff anymore on iRacing. So after all this work, we finally got it fixed. We're here, and gave me some time to get everything set up so that we get ready for tonight's broadcast and tonight's main event that's going to be starting here in just a minute. Right now, the last chance qualifier is going on during this race, so that's what you're seeing, these cars passing by the screen right now, but we're going to focus more in on the main event that is coming up here in just a few moments as we welcome you in again to Port Royal, Pennsylvania, and the 8th season now of dirt racing, basically, if you will. It is the Dirt Nationals presented by Downrange Transport on this half-mile banked oval of dirt, basically, in Pennsylvania. Of course, the Black Horizon Truck Series here for round number 8. We appreciate everybody joining us here this evening on the Captain Esports Network. I am the Captain, and hope you're having a great afternoon, a great evening so far. I am the Captain. Kevin Davis will join me here in just a moment. He's busy doing some adminning for this race tonight, and he's got a lot of adminning to do because one of the main topics we're going to talk about here before this main event is wall riding. And the reason why I bring that up is seems like it has been the topic the whole entire week about what is wall riding, what is not wall riding on this track. So it's a great question to be asked. We'll bring Kevin up here and talk about it because it's something that is against the rules here in GLSR, but also on iRacing. So it's a tricky subject and a topic that we will talk about again here in the next few minutes or so. But there's your information on the track. Port Royal Speedway, this half mile, 71 degrees, cloudy skies. You'll notice track temperature is 60. That's because it's on dirt. That's why it is different when it comes to the settings. Let's take a look at the point standings as we enter tonight's race. We're 3 races in out of the 10 that set up the playoffs. And you see Fontaine leading right now by all of 45 points over Dane Cruz. Lucas Strayer, Alex Cummings, Luke Daniels, your top 5. And you see it's pretty tight down there around the 10th place window. Alfin, Martin, Springer, Tim Abril, Jason Dalton, and Sean Peach in your top 15, all separated by 18 points. So we've got a pretty tight field of trucks battling for that playoff spot. And that means that anything can happen and so on and so forth. As I'm literally listening to Kevin talk to people about wall riding, because basically what's happened is if he sees anybody doing any kind of sort of wall riding, he's basically telling them, look, that's wall riding. You can't do it, or he's throwing warnings out to everybody, and if nobody cooperates, then that's the way it goes, and that kind of thing. So question I have, because I just noticed something at the beginning of this broadcast. Are you guys able to see, hang on a second, let me take the point standings down, because I might have just learned something here. Are you guys able to see the pit stop thing down at the bottom on the screen? Somebody let me know. Because if so, I have been showing it on my screen on my end so I could see it, but if so, I could just use it on the broadcast and see what I see. So let me know if you guys are seeing that down there in the corner right now as this race continues on. Just about over with here in the consolation round. And what I likely will do is if I can get Sam or somebody to send me the race, maybe I will do a separate broadcast of just the heat races. We'll see if we get all this done. But the main thing is we have got ourselves a race here to do in just a couple minutes once this consolation race is over with. Right now, Caden Atkins is leading. Drayton Cook, Dane Cruz, Alex Cummings, and Sam Barnes, your top 5 in this race. 28 cars are going to start tonight, and that's from a mixture of all the cars that have finished this evening through those who obviously ran the consolation race. And can't really see much of anything. That's not good. Well, I'm not showing the racing right now. I'm just kind of in a scenic view right now as I'm talking. And I'm doing that purposely just to get to the main event, which should start here any minute. Right now, I'm just kind of introducing everything that's going on after what I had to go through there for a few minutes. Oh. The main thing is, though, we're here for the main event, which is definitely good. And we'll be able to get that on the air, and hopefully everybody will be able to watch some great racing here tonight. Dirt racing and GLSR, I'm so used to the broadcast now, has been something that has been very good. And yes, I can see it. That's good. All right. But yeah, no, we're getting ready for a great race here. Again, I'm still trying to go through some technical flaws here, so bear with me as I work on things here that don't seem to be cooperating with me. So Forgive me as I do a couple other things here. Multitasking. Usually I take all the time beforehand to get the broadcast all set up, but then once I couldn't even get in the session, it was like I escaped from everything else and focused on getting the broadcast on. And because of that, it's, you know, I've had to kind of catch up on things, so it's going to look a little organized here for just a second, but then you know, we'll get everything going here. And then we're going to fix this. I don't understand why buttons aren't working for me. No, that's... There we go. Again, this is all the stuff, like when you see me, what you're seeing me doing on our screen right now is literally what I do pre-race. When I always go through a checklist of things I always get set up, and then when it doesn't work or does work, I can get in there and fix it all. So when I go on the broadcast, it's look like nothing went wrong. But unfortunately, tonight things have went wrong. But the main event's going to go well, as it looks like they're about to... I'm watching cars slam the wall everywhere here. So as we get on track, though, let's go ahead and we'll show a little bit of this heat race of what's going on. There's Caden Atkins. He's leading this race. Not sure if it's about done or not. I see a lot of trucks going to pit road and stuff. But it's a half mile. It's a straight up oval. And this is the back straightaway here into, or it might have even been the front straightaway. I just saw the flag stand. Yeah, it looks like trucks are checking up, slowing down. A whole bunch of things going on here. I think, oh, caution's out actually on the track. So, all right, let's, let me do this. Turn the race audio for you guys so you guys can hear what's going on. I've got no volume coming out of my speakers. That's good. I've got a whole bunch of things happening here. So, are you guys able to hear the cars? That's all I need to know. It looks like there's audio coming out, so. I guess tonight's that night. If anything can go wrong, it will go wrong. Yes, thank you. That's all I need to know. If you guys can hear the cars, I'm good. I don't need to hear the cars. So, all right, so there's, yeah. So that's basically the track right there. Got a couple houses right there in the town. This town literally had this track built in 1938. It's known as the Speed Palace, and if you look at the straightaways on this thing, you'll see why. Very long straightaways, which causes you to have to break down into these corners. Corners aren't the steepest banked, but obviously you can slide right up there against that wall, which has been permitting the wall riding stuff, but of course wall riding and iRacing in some of the tents will actually speed your truck up. So that's where the rules are coming in about no wall riding and things like that, and hence where we are now with Kevin being the admin tonight. And maybe I can get Kevin here. Well, we'll wait for this race to end and I'll bring Kevin up here. But so Caden Atkins leads, Drayton Cook, Alex Cummings, Stephen Miles, and Brandon Alphin will be your top five. Let's go ahead and throw the ticker up here, and we'll go ahead and call this end of the race real quickly. And so 3 laps to go. So literally going to be a green-white checker coming to the end of this. And here they come to the green, I believe. Must have been delayed or something. I'll get Kevin up here in my ear so I can hear what's going on in Discord here. But yeah, going to be a 100-lap feature tonight. 28 trucks will start. And for those who don't make the start, they'll have a special points regulation to them for the race, for the season. Just like every season, usually it's a certain amount of drivers, and then from there, basically those drivers will get points and stuff like that. All right, here we go. Green flag. And Drayton Cook about 6/10 back as Caden Atkins brings them down the back straightaway here. And you see these trucks going to the right. That is because you see a dry lane already forming up there on the top side on the straightaway, so it's causing wheel spin. It might even be faster to go down a little bit on the track just to keep yourself from spinning. But white flag out, Miles then off and up to 3rd and 4th. Cummings to 5th. As they go down in 3 and 4. Atkins looks like he's going to bring her to the checkered flag and win the heat race as Peyton Johnson gets beneath off in there for 4th. So there you go. You got a couple minutes of a preview of what we could see tonight. So yes, the wall is brown because of the dirt and stuff, so it's kind of hard to see it. But we'll try to track it as much as possible. And there's the entrance of pit road, very tricky one. And we'll get you ready for the main event here. So actually, it looks like it's a 90-lap main event, not 100. So all right, so all the heat race winners and all the drivers who ran in the heat races and finished, they'll start up here in the front. And then those drivers who made it through the last chance qualifier will start in the back. And, of course, they'll go by the finishing position of your heat race. So, with that said, starting lineup for the Dirt Nationals. Alex Bryson wins it over Jeremy Frere. He'll start on the pole, I should say, with Jeremy Frere beside him. Luke Knupp and Brian Sutphin taking row 2. Row 3, Sean Peach and Matt Telder. Row number 4, Lucas Strayer, who has had a couple of top 5s in a row. He'll start next to Christopher Dean. Blaine Sparling, Ben Pierce still take the 5th row there. Anthony Keys and Sam Fontaine, the winner last week at the Rock. He'll start there in the 12th position. Row number 7, Cam Ingram, Tyler Brewer, Justin Bondurant, and Luke Daniels there. Row number 8, row 9 is where you'll see Jason Dalton and Josh Gagnon. Bryce McCune and Tim Abril, they'll start there in row number 10. Ricky Springer and Caden Atkins in row number 11. Drayton Cook, Stephen Miles, all these guys from the Consi will start there in row 12. Row 13, Brandon Alphin, Peyton Johnson, Alex Cummings, and Jason Branch, the 28 starters for the main event. Again, a 90-lap race. And I believe it's admin thrown cautions, as it's always been. And here in a second, I'm going to bring up Kevin Davis to talk to us. Kevin's giving him a talk right now. As the pace truck pulls in there on the back straightaway, and it'll be in the hands of Alex Bryson with his first career pole, I guess, if you will. Even though it's not technically a pole because it was a pill draw, which means basically random starting spots, and he went and won his heat race. So that's how he was able to get the pole for tonight's race. The 8th edition on dirt for the Great Lakes Sim Racing Black Horizon Truck Series from the Speed Palace. Port Royal debuts now. $28 trucks and already seeing some 3 wide. Oh, these trucks all swerving. Jeremy Frere on the top side is going to go to the lead off turn 4, and he will not only hit the wall, but lead lap 1 is one truck. That's Dean back there sideways. Oh, Knupp gets up into Frere. Bryson's up in the wall. Here comes Matt Telder and that Toyota outside. He is going to be one strong truck to watch tonight. Telder on dirt is dangerous. As Knupp gets to the top side on Bryson for 3rd, or for 2nd, that is. Our cameras tonight, as always, presented by TrackCams22.com. This is our onboard cameras tonight. You can check them out online on Facebook and on the iRacing forums. TrackCams22.com is their main website. We'll have onboard cameras of the trucks. The track cameras tonight, unfortunately, or well, I shouldn't say unfortunately, it's great we have cameras, but they're not the Track Cam 22s. They are actually iRacing as Frere and can uptrade slide jobs into turn 3 and 4. And hopefully you had a chance to set your fantasy lineups earlier tonight. Of course, you have that chance to win the fantasy, which is brought to you by Butt Kicker. Their prize that they're giving away, and you see Luke Daniels trying to catch up, and we got people just smacking the wall. Now, the difference between wall riding and what they're doing, wall riding, you literally just take the wall all the way around the track. As you see the slider there by Knupp now going to the front. Oh, and Frere goes sideways. He goosed it and spins it into the inside wall. And caution is out. So it must not be admin cautions, must be iRacing cautions. I think it came out for Jeremy Frere. Let's see what happens to the 55 here. Yeah, he just gooses it right there. And it spins the tires around, spins them right, and right in front of Telder. Hits the inside wall there and keeps it a solo spin. Brings a caution out here for the first time this evening. All right, I'm going to bring Kevin. I'm going to bring Kevin up here and talk to him. He's got a lot of things going on here. Real quickly, Kev, I'm just going to ask you one question because I know you got a lot of things going on here. Real quickly, describe to the viewers what you're calling tonight and what you're not when it comes to the term of, quote, wall riding.
Just for those who don't know, where you're going to pace under yellow going to determine, like, if you stick up more a line than another. So if you want to...
Sorry about that,
That's all right. I know you're busy. I know you're busy. Go ahead.
I was in the middle of watching a replay for that wreck. So, basically, yeah, so what I'm looking for as far as watching for the penalties, these guys, I've told them a lot about, like, wall riding and everything. So far this week has been a big thing. There is a way to exploit the wall ride to gain speed out of the corner by putting your entire car into the wall. I just wanted to explain to them that they can touch anything on the right rear behind the wheel well. Anything in front of that, looking that they're gaining momentum or speed, they will be penalized for. Post-race, obviously, we don't have the capabilities right now to really penalize anybody during the race for such thing like that without having to actually throw a caution out. But other than that, I mean, it's normal race stuff that we're looking for. You know, people spinning other people, having incidents and accidents, just stuff like that. But as far as the wall riding and everything goes, we have to treat it as real as we can. I mean, yeah, people do scrub the right rear in real life races. As far as putting your whole car into the wall and gaining speed, it's not realistic, and that's what we're looking for.
All right, Kevin. Well, we appreciate it, man. That's a pretty good explanation. We're seeing some 3 wide races. We just got the restart here. We'll let you get back up in the booth and do your best here tonight, buddy.
I definitely appreciate it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! 4 wide, and they're gonna pile it up here on turn 4. Maybe.
Brilliantly done, guys.
Oh my gosh! Like a tornado just hit it in Port Royal here.
Yeah, not sure. I was on the outside and there's...
Alfin's on his lid. We got Abril around. We got Lucas Strayer around. We got...
Y'all, this is so ridiculous.
What in the world?
Come on.
I've got to go balls out on lap 10 already. Like,
what did I just watch? I mean, that was...
You know...
Let's go see all this again.
I mean, that's what we've done the first 4 races, and it hasn't worked. I don't see it working on dirt.
Let me turn the viewers off before something gets said. I'm pretty sure everybody's view was good for that one. Let's watch this mayhem. All right, so Anthony Keys is on the inside of Sutphin. They get stuffed into the fence. And then everybody just goes to the wall. Fontaine, let's see, Ricky Springer gets clobbered. Strayer goes around. Peyton Johnson goes around. Tim Averill goes around. Jason Dalton gets a piece. Alfin's over on his lid. Frere's in the wall. The only person that did not get hit in this race just now, in this wreck, were the viewers. Let's, Bryce McCune says he has a good view. So it looks like we do have a lot of cars behind the, or going behind the wall, or at least with damage. Now, this has been talked about a lot this week, this track. A lot of people have felt, at first they thought it was going to be a good idea to run this, but then it turned into, I don't know if it's a good idea to be running this, and there's been a lot of things. Well, if Bryce McCune was running the mirrors at the fairs right now, where you had to go through the mirrors without running into one, he just did a good job of it. So Lucan up leads after that. Wow. This is going to be an interesting night. All right, so lap number 13 in the books here. We'll come back to green. You got Bryson on the inside there, Telder and Fontaine. You got Gagnon and Sparling, Pierce, Sutphin, Peachin, and Brewer. There's people just banging the wall everywhere coming out of the corners here. And if I hear Kevin say anything about warnings, I will say something on the air to let everybody know what's going on. But you see Bonner in all kinds of sideways and sideways again. I mean, again, I apologize to the viewers for my issues tonight. I mean, it's, things happen, I guess, unfortunately. I hate it. I'm mad about it, to be honest with you, but I'm not going to let that affect our race, and we're going to enjoy this. We're going to chat it up like Mrs. Springer. Appreciate you watching. KC, sorry about your luck, buddy. Let's see, Mrs. Ricky's girlfriend watching. Let's see, who else? Natalie, the wife of Travis, watching. Sorry that Travis isn't in the race anymore. Angel Volante, I see her watching. The future Mrs. Sparling. And people just continue banging the wall everywhere. Here's Luke Daniels, who actually started the race, I think, on pit road or something. He's got Bryce McCune and Alex Cummings. Those guys battling down the straightaway here. Mr. or Mrs. Silva, appreciate you watching. There's Ricky Springer, the 51 truck there, and that blue and yellow truck as Knupp continues to lead by 1.7 over Fontaine. Now remember, the one guy we need to watch in this race, and we haven't even really brought him up yet, is this guy right here in the 12th position. Alex Cummings has won the last 3 dirt races that have been held in GLSR. Tonight he barely got in through the last chance qualifier, and look at this, he's already up to the 12th position right now. Luke Knupp just got a warning for wall riding, and he's the leader. Alex with a slide job on Sutphin, who loses it into Springer, and they go around. No caution yet. Oh, there goes Bondurant. Caution out for the 3rd time. Let's go back and see the wreck. See, Cummings pulls a slider on Sutphin there. Sutphin hits the wall and then gets loose here, and he's going to hit the inside. Oh, no, he actually misses the inside wall. Gets Bryce McCune, gets Gets Sutphin, gets Bondurant right there. So caution out for a third time. So Canup, Fontaine, Bryson, Telder, Gagnon now your top 5. Jason Branch, I think, is going to slowly work his way around and get a wave around here. Branch is more, I think, worried about hitting something. So pace lights are still on. Just got 10 penalty. What are you talking about? So pace car lights should go off here shortly. Biggest movers right now in this race. Josh Gagnon up 12 from 18th to 12th. You got Fontaine, or 18th to 12th, 18th to 6th. Fontaine up 10 from 12th to 2nd. Look at announcement in Discord. I got too many things to look at. Let's see. Announcement in Discord. Where? Anyways, I ain't worried about it. All right, getting ready to come back to the green. At lap number 25. Our big shout out to Downrange Transport for sponsoring the race. And oh, that's interesting. As we go back racing. Breaking news on the stream, apparently. As Ben Pierce trying to slide up there on Brewer, we got somebody's in an all-black truck. I have no clue who that is. And caution's out again. 4th caution. Looks like there was a mistake on that yellow. No, it looks like the penalty, Rusty, what you guys aren't hearing on the stream is the chatter going on in the race. And apparently, obviously, Ricky had a heated moment there. And some things happened in chat, basically. Just put it like that. I'll leave it at that topic. So, it had nothing to do with the hit or anything like that. So. So we'll call that the debris caution, if you will, here. Lap 26, 4th one of the race. I'm trying to catch my breath over here with all this going on here. This is the old yoga classes. Ooh, so. Hey, real quickly, let's mention that Edward Setup Shop, proud sponsor of GLSR. Appreciate those guys being a part of this. Also, sponsors like Butt Kicker. And, of course, has the Fantasy Prize. You can check out the Fantasy Racing online at glsr.com, or at GreatLakesSimRacing.com, I should say, the GLSR website. And also over there's the team points right now, which has the KJD2 team right now leading the TIX team in points, a very slight margin there in that battle. So we've got a tight team battle we're going to start to focus on. Of course, a driver battle as we are at race number 4 of the 10 in the regular season. Already. And, of course, this is the one dirt race of the season. We'll get ready for the one road course in the regular season coming up here, and that's Montreal. And, of course, we got a series of short tracks. We got Talladega coming. A whole bunch of different races on the way here in the very near future. We're 1/3 of the way in. Luke Knupp, been the dominant driver. Fontaine right there with him, though, as we go back green. You see some 2-3 wide racing back here. Alex, oh, big wreck in the back. Bryce McCune goes up and over. And let's see, I see Sutphin. I see, looks like Keys and Brandon Alfin also. Unfortunately, this is getting a little ugly. Let's see what happens with Alfin. Ooh, a little bit of friendly fire, so to say there. April getting into Alfin. And then there's Bryce McCune going around into Anthony Keys. And that brings caution for the 5th time. And then they hit each other. Let's see the second half of this wreck. Oh, 48 gets down. Dean gets down into McCune, and they smash into Keys. Poor Casey Duncan's paint schemes are taking a beating. Servpro's going to have to come in and clean all the dirt off this track. Alfin comes down pit road, and I'm assuming it's going to get damage fixed, maybe? Or he gets a reset, maybe? I don't know. That's a fresh truck all of a sudden there. Oh, well, good news for you then, huh? All right, going to bring it back to green at lap number 32. Could this be the night Telder gets his first career win? Well, what about Luke Knupp, who's been dominating, looking for his first career win? Alex Bryson looking good up top there. How about Josh Gagnon, 5th position? Blaine Sparling. As a matter of fact, from 1st to 8th, there is a combined 1 career win in that total. Or I'm sorry, take out Fontaine. There's 1 career win. Otherwise, you add Fontaine in there. Obviously, we're up to 8 career wins, but still. As we come to green, lap number 33 this time. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed your Wednesday night here. Of course, thoughts and prayers to my friends and family in Florida that are getting hit by Hurricane Ian. You know, I've shared many of times being from down there. I've been through my share of hurricanes, so seeing the videos and the photos I've seen, memories. I did check with my family a little bit ago. My mom said they were getting about 60 or 70 mile an hour winds over on the east coast of Florida from the storm, but everybody's doing okay over there right now. 3 wide, 2 rows deep down to turn 3. Everybody trying to work their way to the top side. And I think Telder pulled a slider on Fontaine up here for 3rd. I'm more watching the mayhem back here. This reminds me of the iRacing video on YouTube that people share sometimes that shows all the people on NASCAR Racing 2003 trying to do a turn 1 at Daytona's road course and they all slide into the wall together. This is kind of reminding me of. Everybody's banging the wall now. Gagnon up into the wall. Pierce up into the wall. There's Springer. Net 51, he's gone by Luke Daniels there. Here's right behind the 2840 Racewear truck is the 63 of Alex Cummings, his teammate there. Drayton Cook there behind him in the 8 truck, and then Strayer. How this race came together, by the way, for those who are like, well, wasn't this on the schedule? Yes, it is on the schedule, but there was a vote done during the off season, and pretty much, or I'll say a majority of people picked this track to be on the schedule. And I think they've learned this week that maybe that was not such a good idea. Drayton Cook underneath Dalton. There's Cam Ingram right there with him as they get together, and here comes Freer into the picture. Everybody's having a hard time holding on, and Bondurant's into the wall with Drayton Cook. McCune into whoever that was. I think that was the 7 of Stephen Miles. And now caution's out. Caution out 6 time. Podcast is going to be a lot of fun Sunday night. I'm going to go ahead and warn you guys in advance. Bondurant gets up there against the wall. There's Alfin down there. There's the contact with Sutphin. I guess not. This brought the caution out apparently. So there was 2 different wrecks. I saw the one where Cook got into here we go. Maybe I had 2 different wrecks. I'm just throwing my hands in the air right now. I don't know what's going on anymore. I click one replay, I get another replay. I don't know. I'm starting to feel like Harry Doyle in Major League. Somebody give me some whiskey. Or how about a beer from Black Rise? So behind the wall right now, we have Bryce McCune, Jason Branch, Christopher Dean. Actually, Dean's back on track, so it's Branch, Anthony Keys, and Peyton Johnson, who went behind the wall earlier at the law firm, probably working on some lawsuits after this race. All right, Pace Truck hangs a left. Pace Truck might lead to most laps tonight when this thing's over with. Yes, roll that beautiful bean footage. I was waiting on somebody to catch that. And I'm going to lead him to the green. Somebody getting loose back there mid-pack. And they scatter out again, 3-4 wide. Up in there in the wall off of the 18 of Pierce. Some of these trucks out here, the only truck they haven't hit is the Pace Truck. Springer's worked his way up behind Telder there in the 5th position. Telder lost a couple spots on that restart. There's Alex Cummings working to the inside of Sean Peach, and that's the all-black truck. I was wondering who that was. 4 laps in the books. Might be finally getting to a point here where we get into a rhythm a little bit, get some good racing going. lap up by 1 second right now over Fontaine. On board with the champion, last week's winner from The Rock. Oh, and caution, Sutphin just got into the leader. Cannot right in front of us. Oh my gosh, a race changer. Looking up. Brian Sutphin was having some issues. All right, for those playing a game of bingo, there's contact right there. Oh my gosh. So, contact with a red sim design truck. Sutphin's trying to get his truck going. He's trying to get his truck going. He's still trying to get his truck going. Here comes another red sim design truck, and bam! And Canup's engine is smoking. So let's see again what triggered this one. See the spinning. Brian's trying to get the truck going. In fairness, these trucks have so much horsepower in them that it is so hard for them to get going. You almost have to put the thing in third or fourth gear to even try not to spin the wheels. So after all that just took place, we're going to go green with 41 laps to go. You're going to have Sam Fontaine is now the leader of this race. Alex Bryson's second. Telder and Gagnon now in the front row. Ricky Springer's up to fifth. Blaine Sparling sixth. And look who snuck up to seventh. Here comes Alex Cummings, Sean Peachin, Ben Pierce, Caden Atkins. For those who potentially played the safety truck in their fantasy lineups, congratulations, you've won. As we're back to green, 40 laps to go. Springer diving it to the bottom. Look at that freight train topside. That's why everybody's trying to get up. Oh, and more wrecking back there. Drayton, actually teammates. Drayton Cook, Tim Averill, Branch, and Sutphin now slides in. And Christopher Dean, another truck. So see what happens here. Poor Brian, I feel terrible for this guy. Wreck's actually going to happen up ahead here. I have a little friendly fire, I think. There's Averill, top side, or bottom side. Yep, he's going to get hooked by Drayton. And then Dean and Branches come in there. Unfortunately, get some damage. So we talked about the podcast a little bit ago. You can go watch, listen to that, I should say, on Spotify or wherever you like to. We'll have another one on Sunday, which, as of right now, could be one of the more interesting podcasts of all time. Because usually we review the previous race and then talk about next week. And here's your schedule as of right now for what's coming up in the future. We go from Port Royal to Montreal next week. We go to Canada for race number 5 of the series. Going to be some F1 paint scheme features, but Montreal Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. A fun track. Actually hosted some NASCAR races back in the 2000 decade. A lot of chicanes featured on that. That's why some people like it, some people don't. Of course, the very long straightaway out of the hairpin leads up to the Wall of Champions. It's a fun track, a tough one, but one that I think with practice drivers will enjoy next week. And we'll have it for you Wednesday night, bearing any track download issues. Guess what, though? I own the track already, so you don't have to worry about that. I might just buy the rest of the tracks tonight, just so I can get this issue out of the way from now on. All right, coming to the green, 36 laps to go with Fontaine Telder now up to second. Gagnon, Bryson, Ricky Springer, top 5. And Bryson slides up and tries to slide up between 2 trucks. And everybody's hitting the wall now. And we got more wrecking going on. One truck on its lid. That's Dean. And another caution. And unfortunately, we went from a dirt race to a demo derby, unfortunately. And the call has been made by admins. They will be changing to single file restarts. And that's Stephen Miles, unfortunately, in there. See Knupp down there at the bottom. Trying to see where... Oh, I see Daniels got turned sideways, and there's Dalton. And just mayhem. You know, it's interesting. I hear people in the stream, I'm going to bring this up. I hear people in chat saying, why are we all of a sudden changing the rules in the middle of the race? And I'm going to go ahead and defend this decision. Here's what it comes down to. You know, unfortunately, we've got a race that has turned into a wreck fest. That is turning into a demo derby. And we have had a hard time running more than 5 laps in any of the run so far in this race. So the first solution you could do to potentially fix this issue is put everybody single file and let them go. And then hopefully at that point they'll be patient enough to then get side by side and you can get a few laps in. You know, sometimes you got to do what you have to do to make the race as best as possible. I mean, we are streaming in front of multiple people who are spending their Wednesday night, very appreciative by the way, with all the viewers and with us. So, did I say turning? I meant tuning. You know what I meant, Casey. Dang it. You got bowling class or something to go teach? Love you, brother. All right, 32 laps to go. Here we go, single file restart. Let's see if this gets any better. Turning, tuning, taunting. As Dean gets back on track. First battle to the bottom here is the 29 at Knupp trying to work his way back up here through the field. Jeremy Frere up there hitting the wall. A lot of trucks hitting the wall, I should say, in fairness. There's the 63 of Alex Cummings continuing to fight. He's up to the 8th position, as I mentioned. Trouble turn 4. Jason Branch goes around. Looks like one car, so they'll stay green. You quit? Oh my, what happened? It's not a good season there, bud? Sorry to hear that, man. Here's Springer up to the 4th position, going to battle Josh Gagnon for 3rd. Of course, Knupp and Peach in there right behind them. couple cars getting together towards the back, and they save it. They were ramping the wall back there. Not sure. I think Dean might have been one of them. It could have been Bonder in two, but I saw a couple trucks. Oh, that's fair. Tell me how you really feel. Oh, and then Cummings gets up into the wall now. Peachin and Gagnon are sideways. And now more wrecking in the back. They're wrecking everywhere. Lane Sparling. Oh, and he just got clobbered by Dean. And caution out again. Where do I start? Where should I start? Roll the beautiful bean footage. That's for Ricky's dad. So Frere gets... Oh, that's going to leave a mark. Oh, and then Ben gets clobbered. Dalton gets in it. Then obviously got trucks trying to get through. And then Dean gets in there and finish off Blaine. And brings out the caution again. Yeah, that's fine. That's a lick in that Armco. They bounce back into the track, and unfortunately others are coming into the picture here. Should be coming back to the green here as we wrap up the 10th caution as Sutphin gets the lucky dog. Fontaine, the champ from last season, winner from last week, leads. Telder second, Gagnon in third. Springer's fourth, Sean Peachin in fifth, Luke Knupp, Caden Atkins, Alex Cummings, Ben Pearson, Lucas Strayer, your top 10. So we go through the rest of the field here. Brandon Alphins 11th, Bonderidge 12th, Tim Averill 13th. Jason Dalton, Tyler Brewer, your top 15th. Ingram, Miles, Drayton Cook, Luke Daniels, Jeremy Frere, and Brian Sutphin, 21 trucks. As Bryson's gone behind the walls, Blaine Sparling behind the wall. And we're going to try this again. 25 laps to go. Another single file restart. And did it get waved off? Yeah, it got waved off here. Pace truck lights are on. Winner of the night, Mr. Cummings. Appreciate you, sir. It's been a bad night for all of us. I mean, unfortunately, the race, they're doing the best they can out there. Broadcast, I'm doing the best I can with the situation I was handed tonight. The poor admins, Kevin Davis, is working his tail off. That man is the winner of this race, is Kevin Davis. Oh my gosh. As we go back racing, 23 to go. Yeah, William, that's fair, by the way. You know what? You still in Discord, William? I have an idea. And hopefully you're doing okay, man. I know hurricanes aren't fun. You and I have been a part of a bunch of them. He's down in that area right now where Hurricane Ian is raising hell. I mean, I watched Jim Cantori have issues twice today, almost live on TV on my break. My mom called a little bit ago, said she was getting about 60-mile-an-hour winds over on the East Coast, which is nothing compared to what they're getting on the West Coast right now. As Cam Ingram slides up there in front of, let's see who that other truck was, might have been Stephen Miles. Up front, it's Fontaine leading by 1.1 seconds. The top four have spread themselves out from the field. Sean Peachin in fifth. as he's got his hands full with the 56 of Caden Atkins. And there's Alex Cummings right there behind him. You're over near Arcadia, right? Right behind Alex Cummings, the 18 of Ben Pierce. I think the only part that doesn't have damage on Ben's truck right now is the hood, or not the hood, but the top of his truck. Let's ride with Alex right now. There's last season's winner at as Alex battles. Where were we at last season? I can't remember all of a sudden. Eldora? No, we weren't at Eldora last week. We were at Knoxville last season. Kind of slipped my mind. Wait a minute. 35 miles west of Tampa? Are you in the ocean? Or in the Gulf of Mexico? Fontaine's driven away. Telder there in second. He's trying to hold off Josh Gagnon, who's having a career run into third position right now. Battle here is Peachin and Caden Atkins battle. This might be the longest green flag run we've had tonight, as Peachin smacks the wall. And here comes Mr. Cummings. He gets by easily by Sean Peachin and gets to the inside of Atkins. He's going to pull a slider and up to the top 5. I think Alex put it, in contact with Caden as Caden crossed him over. I think the gloves are off that 63 truck. He's like, time to go. It's down to 0.8 of a second now for the lead. Can Telder finally get that win? Josh Gagnon, the Vegas native. Where do you learn to race on dirt? I don't remember him being a dirt guy. And then Springer, of course, there behind him. And the wall has the most incident points tonight, by the way. Battles all over this track right now with Pierce, and Lucas Strayer has worked his way back up to 9th. There's Tim Abel up to 10th. And around goes... Who is that? That's Brandon Alfin, the 11 of Bondurant, and the 5 of Cam Ingram. No caution was thrown for it. As we keep green, everybody got their trucks going. Down to 0.6 of a second. Right on board with Gagnon. Appreciate all the viewers watching tonight. Of course, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. If you're watching on Facebook or on YouTube or Twitch, wherever you're watching us tonight, as we ride with Gagnon here, third position, 1.5 seconds back. Of course, tonight the Dirt Nationals presented by Downrange Transport. Appreciate those guys for sponsoring the race this evening. And again, a big sponsorship mention should say to our good friends at Butt Kicker for sponsoring the fantasy racing, as they always do a great job with in so many leagues. I mean, you hear their name everywhere. They are all over the place when it comes to sponsoring leagues and putting their stuff out there. So big shout out to those guys. And of course, Edwards Setup Shop, the official shop of GLSR, as Josh got the wall good there. Lead at 1.9 0 seconds, 1 second flat right now from Fontaine back to Telder. With 8 laps to go, Fontaine looking to go back-to-back and break the streak of Alex Cummings. And right now, that's looking pretty solid as it's 8 seconds now up onto 63. Field has kind of settled down now and spread out. Sean Peachin's lost a few spots. Tim Averill up to 9th. As Atkins gets the wall hard. Here comes Canup into the battle. They almost hit each other, teammates there. As Canup slides up into 6th. He's trying to get to Alex Cummings now. Luke's going to unfortunately be saying tonight what could have been at the end of this race. Fontaine, Telder down to a half second. Lap traffic going to get in the way here. Down to 3/10. 2 dirt track drivers. These guys used to race a lot with the Short Track Super League. We used to broadcast those guys on Thursday nights. So these two know how to race on the dirt. Gagnon has joined the battle. And Springer's joined the battle. And one truck is spun around back here in turn 2. I saw him out of the corner of my eye there on the camera. I don't know who it was. It looked like one of the rooftop bar tour trucks, and maybe it was Stephen Miles, potentially. We're going to keep the battle on the lead here. 2 laps to go. Remember, a couple seasons ago, it was Fontaine that lost the race to Cummings on the last lap at Eldora. Will anyone try a slider on the bottom? As they come to the white flag, final lap from Port Royal. I mean, they're all literally just beating the tar out of each other here, truck-wise. Sam Fontaine looking to be the first repeat winner of season number 8 as he comes off turn 4. Telder, one last effort. Trying, but will not do it as Fontaine claims the dirt. Back-to-back victories for the champ. Great finish in the end to what was a wild race and a lot to talk about here. After this was all over, the most relaxed person probably now in this race is not even in this race anymore. Kevin Davis. Doesn't have to worry about things anymore. It's over with. Not sure if we're going to get some donuts from Fontaine or if he's going to do the old dirt way and just go right to victory lane. Look at that truck. All the caked mud and stuff on that thing. I think there is a victory lane. That's where he's going. He's going to park it right up there in the Speed Palace Port Royal victory lane. about Josh Gagnon? First career podium finish for him. And let's take a look at the final results from tonight's wild race. This race went all Western, apparently, as I've learned. There's a terminology, apparently, for this. As Fontaine wins it, Telder's second, Gagnon, Springer, and Knupp finishing third. Alex Cummings, sixth. Caden Atkins, Lucas Strayer, Tim Abril, Sean Peachin finishing in the top 10. Ben Pierce, 11th. Jason Dalton, 12th. Stephen Miles, 13th. Drayton Cook, 14th. Luke Daniels, 15th. With Bondurant, Tyler Brewer, Jeremy Frere finishing in the 18th position. 19th going to Blaine Sparling with Branch in 20th. 21st, Alphin. 22nd, Cam Ingram. 23rd, Brian Sutphin. Bryce McCune, 24th. Alex Bryson, 25th, with Dean, 26th. Anthony Keys and Peyton Johnson, 27th and 28th. And that was the end of the field right there at Peyton Johnson, unfortunately, in the 28th position. As we're going to talk to some drivers here in just a moment. Just working on a couple things over here on my end real quick. And we'll get to those drivers. Sam Fontaine there sitting in victory lane as he celebrates yet another win, his 9th career victory. And next week he could become the third person in league history to have over 10 wins in this series. So we'll see if he could pull that one off next week in Montreal. Oh, by the way, he's also pretty good on road courses. All right, let's talk to our third place finisher, Josh Gagnon, the Vegas driver who finishes his first top 3 finish of his career. If I can get myself into the right Discord channel, we'll do that right about now. Josh, looking for Josh in chat. There he is. And let's bring Josh up here to join us. Josh, congratulations. A top 3 finish for you. I believe it's your first top 5
Personal
here
best.
in GLSR. So congratulations on getting that. And, man, what an effort there on your part, man. Congratulations.
Yeah, it was hard. I thought in the heat race when I got spun that my night was done, but it didn't turn out that way. So I'm very happy that it didn't. But it was a stressful one the entire way through.
Yeah, talk about the racing. Obviously, very tough track. It's been well documented that the racing here is maybe not fit to be at this track, but everybody put the track on the schedule or wanted it there, or most people, I should say, did. And obviously, you had what you had in front of you. Talk about what you had to do to get to the finish.
It was a lot, that's for sure. I mean, yeah, most definitely. Everybody was like, let's run Port Royal, and then here we are all complaining about it. But you kind of got to play the card you're dealt, and we did it, and we finished. Wouldn't say it was the most pretty race, but it happened. Exploits aside, it happened.
It did happen. And you darn near with the victory lane. You get yourself a podium here at the Speed Palace. So congratulations and send some shouts, whoever you like to.
I want to thank my sponsor, Schaefer's, and my team, GZ Racing, and Race Control, Kevin Davis, because if it wasn't for him, this would have been 10 times worse than it already was. So thank you, Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin's a true winner tonight, I think.
Yeah, he deserves the crown. He deserves a check.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you, Chris.
You
Appreciate
too,
it.
Yes, sir. Josh Gagnon finishing into 3rd position. Congratulations to him. Telder is doing some admin stuff right now, so I'm going to jump up to victory lane. Let's get Fontaine in here, and I'm actually going to do something really interesting here in a few minutes. So let's get Fontaine up here, though. Winner tonight here in the Port Royal Speedway. Oh, my, Sam. Oh, my. Where do we start, my friend?
I don't know. It's up to you, man. I mean, I got a little lucky during that race, and here I am.
So it's your 9th career victory. I'm going to try to keep it on the positives because obviously the race had its hits and misses there. The end was obviously entertaining with you and Telder. We'll talk about that in a second. But your 9th career win already. And obviously, remember, you went the first, 2 seasons without a win. And then you've come in here in the last 2 and just racked in all these wins. And, obviously, arguably the best driver on the circuit right now when it comes to the way the numbers are flowing right now. How good does it feel to know that you can come into almost any race and know that you have a chance to win it?
Yeah, it's really fun. Overall, I guess being a multi disciplined driver really help overall. But I mean, no, it's really cool. Now I go at mile and a half, and I know I have a chance. The first 2 seasons I had a harder time, and I went working, and yeah, I mean, we did our homework, and now we are racing always in the top 10, top 5, and hopefully win. So that's pretty good.
Now, needless to say, next week we go to Montreal, which would be your home track, and let's add to the fact that no one has beaten you on a road course in a season and a half at least. And now we go to this track and have a chance at a third straight victory. That's got to feel good too.
Yeah, I mean, this season we have like really hot shoe in this league, and I think we're gonna have a really good fight up front. I mean, it's gonna be really tough. We have like Ricky, Kinup, really good on road course. We have Daniel. We have like a ton of guys who can run up front in the road course. So it's gonna be really interesting. And JW, and it's gonna be really interesting to see
It is okay.
how fast. Yeah. To see how fast we're gonna be overall, because that's a tricky road course with a lot of chicane. So who knows? Yeah, right. But no, overall, I'm pumped for it. I gotta start practicing soon and trying to get ready for it.
There you go. Well, great job tonight. Congratulations. Talk about the battle with Telder and Gagnon and even Ricky Springer there at the end.
Yeah, I was trying to run away from those guys at some point, and the track was so slick after the 2 last restart on top that it was really hard to keep it out of the wall. My goal was to, my goal was to stay out of it, and when like I did a couple mistake and the right front got the wall, and if your right front was bouncing out of the wall and you got an advantage of it, you had like to, actually it was a pro bite, so I had to give up couple times. I have to give up times on Matt at some point because I didn't felt it was fair. But still, we managed to salvage a really good first position and another win, and hopefully a good cushion for the points in the championship.
There you go. Well, send some shouts whoever you like to.
Oh, every guy, every admin in the league this week was a pretty tough one. We had to deal with. They had to deal with a lot of controversial stuff. Setup wise, they changed the setup last minute, which was better for clean driving, but overall, I think it ruined a little bit the racing in between drivers. But that's okay; it's part of it, and. We had a lot of talk about rules and how they're gonna punish diverse stuff. So they did a really good job trying to handle those stuff. And of course, my teammates, we practiced all week, and we have like 2 guys in the top 15. So pretty good 4 points. And you for the broadcast, like always.
Absolutely, man. Well, great job tonight. Congratulations, and go celebrate another win.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Absolutely. That is Sam Fontaine, your winner tonight here from Port Royal, second straight win. And oh, by the way, we go to a road course, as I said, next week. So, oh boy, that could be interesting. But as he pointed out, too, a lot of great road racers in this series. And we're going to see some good competition here, I think, come next week as he's moved. And I think Telder is available now. So let's bring Matt up. And then I got a little trick here, a little sneaky situation we're going to do here after this. But let's bring Telder up here, finishes in the second position. I saw you were talking with a driver, admin-wise, so I wanted to wait to bring you up here. But, man, what a second-place run. Best career finish and ever so close.
One day I'll catch that French-Canadian guy.
Well, that's better than what I thought you were going to say.
There was a different choice of words there, but we'll keep it PC for the podcast.
Appreciate that. Good run, though, obviously. Wild race, and but you were able to kind of maintain yourself and able to get that truck into P2.
Yeah, it just shows you what practice will do.
I think I know where that's aimed. But hey, obviously good points tonight for you, too.
Oh, yeah, I needed this after getting destroyed on lap, 22 of Atlanta, then getting that iRacing glitch EOL for avoiding a wreck down pit road and having to start tail and dying on lap 6 at Pocono.
That'll happen.
Yeah, we needed that.
Yeah, I would definitely say, man. Well, what was it tonight? Because you're a dirt racer, so I think I can ask you this question. Was it the fact that the trucks, I guess, safely can say don't belong on this track? Or was it something where something just didn't match up with the setup and the truck or whatever that just made this very tough to do?
To be honest, it's the setup. Trucks can race here just fine. It's all the setup.
There you go.
There was a proposed different setup that was rejected by a few people, so we didn't run it, but it had the ability to run as fast a laps on the bottom at a 90% track state as it did on the top. But we decided to, unbiasedly, as a league admins, we decided to unbiasedly just make it one of the preset, iRacing default track states. And unfortunately, truck didn't have enough cross weight to be able to maintain speed through the corner to drop a gear and be able to drive out on the bottom. So that was the line. That's why, people had to practice. It was rip the lip and wait for somebody to make a mistake.
Pretty much. And it had some entertainment to it, but I know for the drivers, it probably wasn't as much fun getting slammed by not only the wall, but other people and stuff and things at times. But hey, did the best you could. Finished second tonight. Shout out to whoever you like to.
Yeah, man, shout out to you. You put the broadcast on. The guys, all the people at Black Horizon Brewery for sponsoring our league. All of us appreciate you guys. I'd like to, thank my mom and all my other friends, my sponsor, everybody like that, allows me to do this type of stuff. And just want to say, our thoughts are with all those people. I got quite a few friends down there in that Florida area, or down in Florida, that are going through a pretty nasty hurricane right now. I know you're not too far from it, but got a couple buddies that already had to evac and relocate. So I'm just, hope you guys are all well.
Absolutely, man. Well, great job tonight, and go relax and sit back because we're gonna have a little fun here in a second.
Oh, that's right. This night's far from relaxing about to be. So
yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But we're gonna, no kidding. Well, go do what you gotta do.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.
Matt Telder finishing in the second position. And before I bring this guest down real quickly, I want to send a shout out to Ricky Springer, to Matt Telder. Who else came in there and helped me out? To Drift and others for helping me get the stream up and running tonight with the issues we had. So I want them to know that I do appreciate their hard work. I was pretty ticked off earlier, just like everybody else is, to say the least. So, all right, special guest. And this is going to be interesting what I'm about to pull off here. And, he's opened himself up to being here tonight. He wasn't able to race tonight for obvious reasons, but I'm going to bring down a driver in the series that right now is unfortunately going through Hurricane Ian as we speak. And, William, you got a copy there, bud?
Yes, sir, I do. What's going on, brother?
I'm going to ask a weird favor. Do you still have access to the video stuff that you're doing?
Yeah, I do, actually.
Okay. So, safely, is there a way we can get the video? I'll share it over here onto the stream and let the viewers see what you are going through right now in the town you're in Florida during this storm right now.
All right, give me 1 second.
Yes, I'm a lunatic and I'm going to do something like this. William Cantori over here to 00. He's going to...
All right, you got a copy there?
All right, let's see here. Did you share on... I don't see the live video. Oh, there it is. All right, so here we go. So we're going to get William here. Let me see. Make sure I can do this here. I know there's a way to do it. So give me a second here. And all right, I see the video. I got to... We're going to have this in a second. I'm going to pull this up. Bada bing, bada boom. You get off my screen, and you come onto my screen here. So we're going to... There's William. Everybody say hi to William. He's safe right now. It is Bulldog. Go Dogs, right? All right, so in the middle of a hurricane right now, let's see what we got going on here.
Hey, let me flip it around for you. This is just outside the front of my house. It's kind of blurry because the phone's getting soaked right now. It's middle of Cat 2, 105 mile-an-hour winds, gusts of anywhere from 115 to 120. There used to be a fence right there, but
it's gone.
Took my whole fence out. My fence is
Wow.
gone. Well, I have part of my fence that's still back here.
Yeah.
The fence is gone. I would walk around to the back, but that's where most of the wind is coming from. There's a fire going on behind my house right now.
Oh, no. Electric?
Yeah, a power line had fell down and lit a tree on fire, so there's nothing nobody can do about it right now, and it just keeps lighting it up because it's a live wire.
Right. So which way is the house? Which way are you facing, like when you're looking out the garage?
The I'm facing south, looking out the garage.
Okay, so the winds are coming out of the north then right now. So I'm trying to draw this up like a meteorologist so I can kind of explain to everybody. So basically what's going on is you're getting what is rotating back around from the north end, and that's where the wind's blowing in. So it looks like the worst of it then from the south side has already come through.
Well, looking at the storm on the radar, what it's showing is that the northwest part of the storm is probably the biggest and the strongest part of the storm. Now, the eye of the storm has shifted and probably went 20 miles south of us because it was supposed to come right across our county. But now it's south of us. So that's putting all that northeast or northwest part of the storm right on top of us right now. So.
Wow, so you're getting a lot of the storm quadrant, basically, because the northeast is always the most powerful quadrant of the storm, but the northwest, for some reason, in the storm seems to have all the storms in it, so
yeah,
that's cool, man. Well, hey, I'll let you go be safe, man. Go be with the family. I was like, man, let me get William, see if he'll go on video here. You see, for those who have never seen what a hurricane looks like, there's the view right there, a little bit of what you got. A lot of wind and rain, and you don't get a lot of lightning unless you get some of these storms, but obviously the house is shielding him right now from the wind, and you just see the rain just blowing right over his house basically from all that wind. So it's just crazy to see that, but stay safe. I've been a part of plenty of those hurricanes. I was down there for Charlie and all those, so I know what that's been about. So be safe down there.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you, man.
You too, man. Be safe and go Dogs.
Yes,
William Martin there. All right, so appreciate him doing that, man. That was pretty cool. I figured some kind of a wild ending to a wild race. Let's throw William on there in the middle of a storm. But yeah, that hurricanes, those things, man, do not play around. And needless to say. All right, we're heading out. Next week, we go to Montreal for race number 5 of the Black Horizon Truck Series season. Big thanks to Black Horizon for what they do for the broadcast and what they do for the series. Big shout out to the admins. Again, Kevin Davis tonight. Incredible job on his end. I know he's probably stressed and looking for something to drink right now, so shout out to him for his hard work. To all the admins and the drivers and all that stuff. Sunday night, we'll have the podcast recorded, so you guys can enjoy it on Monday, and we'll be back next Wednesday. And again, I apologize for all the errors tonight during the heat race and things, not able to cover that, but we got the main event in, and it was a wild one, to say the least. So congratulations, Sam Fontaine. I'm out. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday night, and as Telder said, please do make sure you share your thoughts, and if you're one who prays a lot, please make sure you send prayers down to Florida, because they're in a mess that's going to be around for a long, long time. Trust me when I say that. Enjoy the rest of your night, and remember, this isn't just a game, it's iRacing. See ya!
Brickyard.